If there's one thing in Doctor Who's the giggle that got everyone talking, it's the regeneration scene. Technically, there was no regeneration. The show's done something it's never done before, with the giggle, and we just need to talk about it. So, instead of David Tennant's 14th Doctor turning into Ncuti Gatwa's 15th Doctor, the Doctor split into two. This has been dubbed a Bi-Regeneration, and it has some massive implications for the Doctor Who franchise going forward. So what is Bi-Regeneration? What does this mean for upcoming adventures of the 15th Doctor? Well, that's what we're talking about today in our latest episode of Doctor Who Explained. Now, this is probably going to get a little complicated, so get ready and let's get explaining. Spoiler warning, we're talking about the giggle and the 6th anniversary specials and content upcoming, so you've been warned. Greetings everyone, I'm Jack and welcome to Tardis Central. If you want to keep up to date on all the latest Doctor Who news, lore and more, then hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Tardis Central. You can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Doctor Who universe. What do you think of Bi-Regeneration? While you're watching this video, I invite you to share your thoughts and comments down below. Get typing. Before the third round of a game between the Doctor and the Toymaker pulls one massive surprise out. He played the first game of William Hartnell's first Doctor, and the second round of David Tennant's 14th Doctor. The third and final round then must be with a different Doctor. Using Unit's galvanic beam, he kills the 14th Doctor. It was a sudden, shocking moment with so much of the episode still to go. With his companions Donna and Mel by his side, the Doctor is engulfed in regeneration energy. However, after it fizzles out, the 14th Doctor still stands there. He asks Donna and Mel to pull on each of his arms, remarking that it feels different this time. The 15th Doctor, played by Ncuti Gatwa, then appears conjoined with 14 before eventually separating. 15 is wearing about half of 14's clothes, split about evenly between them. Although this now means that 14's not got any pants on, so, well hey. Interestingly, the clothes no longer fit 14 after 15 becomes fully formed. They're a lot tighter than they were just seconds earlier. This was a deliberate choice, marking Ncuti as the show's lead. It also doubles down on the later revelation that the Doctor is worn out. This regeneration is known as a Bi-Regeneration. It's said to be a myth among Time Lords, believed to be impossible. Like all good bits of Time Lord lore, we haven't even heard of it before it became relevant. This means that it probably hasn't happened to any side of the characters we've met before. 14's regeneration is a fact that marks the first recorded Bi-Regeneration in Gallifreyan history. With Gallifrey destroyed for now, we probably won't see or hear for quite some time. However, we know thanks to Series 12 that the Doctor's genetic material formed the basis of the Time Lord's ability to regenerate. If there's any regeneration powers, the Doctor is almost certainly capable of them. Very powerful trailblazer, our Doctor. Showrunner Russell T Davies suggested in the commentary for the episode that upon this Bi-Regeneration, that every previous Doctor also reappeared. While this is a hard-wave explanation for the appearance of other old actors like in Tales of the Tardis, it also gives a potential explanation for adventures like Season 6B, set after the second Doctor's regeneration. If that's the case, then we know that this rejuvenated second Doctor eventually regenerates into the third Doctor. So 14 will probably regenerate into 15 after all, returning to that same moment in time. Back in the Tardis, the 15th Doctor said he was so relaxed because 14 fixed himself. The Doctor is, in effect, doing rehab out of order, and 14 now needs to stop. This, and a brief exchange shortly thereafter, confirms that the 15th Doctor is definitely older than the 14th. It's safe to assume then at some point, after all this recovery, the 14 will regenerate into the 15th Doctor, and then return refreshed to that moment on the helipad. However, the 14th Doctor has kept the TARDIS, although he's remaining mostly earthbound. The final scene at lunch implies that he's taken Rose, Donna's daughter, and Mel, a former companion, on some further adventures through space. Though it's not curtains for the Doctor. He's come home. He's got a whole lifetime of basically domestic life ahead of him. To save the show from being grounded, 15 gets a double of the TARDIS to fly off with. People may worry as a result of a split if this is the same TARDIS we've been following for 60 years. However, showrunner Russell T Davies has confirmed it's most certainly the same one. The Doctor lives on, with 15 taking control of the OG TARDIS, which now has a jukebox in it. All aboard because the next stop is Christmas Day. So the Bi-Regeneration, regardless of how it pans out in the future, has given the 2005-2003 run of Doctor Who a much needed rest. All of these hectic series arcs and borderline traumatic goodbyes the Doctor needs a bit of recovery. But beyond this innumerous explanation, there's a pretty obvious reason for it happening from a production standpoint.
I've never been so happy in my life.
If you've been following Doctor Who news over the last couple of years, you may be aware that the show's been distributed on Disney Plus outside of the UK. This opens up the show to a massive audience, with a sort of global promotion that was just impossible before. As far as the 60th anniversary specials are concerned, it appears to be working. The show has been incredibly popular on Disney Plus. The ratings have proved this, bringing in the show's biggest audience since 2019 in the UK alone. Hopefully this is a trend that continues. To make the series as accessible to newcomers and returning viewers as possible, the creative team have made the decision to again reset the season numbering. When the 15th Doctor's adventures become in earnest next year, we'll be watching Season 1. It's Series 14. We'll be watching Season 1. Having a Doctor less burdened by the trauma of the past, and creating a bit of gap in the Doctor's life in the process, is a great way to make the series more accessible for new viewers. And returning viewers.
You're brilliant. Hello.
Hi.
That was very good work with the music.
Oh.
If we survive this, you should think about joining UNIT.
How much per year?
60,000.
120 plus 5 weeks holiday.
Done.
We know that characters like Mel have future appearances lined up in the next series. Rose has also been highlighted as having potential by Russell T Davies when speaking to Entertainment Weekly. These are characters who are very close to the post-Bi-Generation 14th Doctor. While it's unlikely we'll see more of David Tennant for the time being, we could definitely hear about some of his later adventures when these other characters return to the main show. However, it is safe to say that the end of the 14th Doctor's life is fairly ordinary and mundane. At least for now, we're sure that it will be expanded media will fill this gap in for years and years to come. Up until an episode overwrites it. 70th anniversary, anyone? I'm just joking, I'm joking.
Is that what he does?
No.
But for now, that's everything that we know about the Bi-Regeneration and what it means for our favourite Blue Box show going forward. The episode, The Giggle, did unfortunately leave a little bit vague, but piecing together what's there and in commentaries, the Doctor is very much still the Doctor, and the trip of a lifetime will continue as boldly as ever. It's just that the route that the show took to get to 15 was a little unconventional. When has Doctor Who ever been conventional? It's a bloody sci-fi show. The show has been rejuvenated and a soft reboot thanks to the Bi-Regeneration. New viewers can now start watching at Christmas without having to worry too much about playing the biggest game of catch-up with the longest running series of all time in terms of sci-fi. It's a new start to one of the longest shows ever made, but it's still, at the end of the day, the same Doctor Who we know and love. The team here at Tardis Central and I greatly anticipate the new adventures of the 15th Doctor when the show returns next year. But don't forget, we've got the Christmas special on Christmas Day, The Church on Ruby Road. We just did a preview video on that, go watch it. If you want to keep up to date on all the latest Doctor Who news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Tardis Central. You can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Doctor Who universe. For now, I've been Jack. Make sure to tell me what you think of the Bi-Regeneration down below, and if you got this far, comment Geronimo. That's it from me. I've been Jack. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time.